Hey guys, Street Outlaws fans, buckle up because we've got some big news about Ryan Morton and his game plan for No Prep Kings Season 8. If you thought last season was intense, wait until you hear what Ryan has in store for 2025. We're talking high horsepower, strategic moves, and a big shift back to ProCharger power. Now, let's take a step back. Last season, Ryan Morton was switching between two beasts, his legendary Fireball Camaro with a screw-blown Hemi and his gray Camaro with a ProCharger setup. He was testing both setups, trying to find the perfect combination to dominate No Prep Kings. But let's be real, constantly swapping between two setups can be a disadvantage. And Ryan knew it. Sure, the red Fireball Camaro could hit 205 miles per hour and lay down some blistering ETs, but the gray car was just more consistent. And in no prep racing, consistency is king. When that track heats up, the surface changes, and you're battling unpredictable conditions, having a car that can hook and go down every time is what separates champions from contenders. That's exactly why Ryan isn't playing the switching game this season. He's fully committing to the gray Camaro with a ProCharger. And here's the kicker, he's making big upgrades, including dropping in a Liberty transmission to handle that monstrous power. This move is all about optimization, making sure he can dial in the setup and stay ahead of the competition. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the ongoing battle between ProCharger and screw blower setups. Last season, a lot of racers leaned towards the screw blower because of its raw horsepower potential. But here's the catch, it's harder to manage on a no-prep surface. The ProCharger, on the other hand, is more tunable, giving racers the flexibility to adjust to changing track conditions. And while some fans argue that ProChargers have an advantage, let's not forget that in Prep Pro Mod racing, screw blowers still dominate. We saw it in the Drag Illustrated World Series of Pro Mod, where screw-blown cars won all three events of the Winter Series. So it's not about one setup being better than the other, it's about consistency and track conditions. Now, here's where things get even more interesting, rule changes could shake everything up. We're still waiting on the official rulebook for Speed Promotionsracing, and depending on how they balance the power combinations, things could swing in favor of either setup. But one potential game changer? Tire size. If they allow racers to run a 36-inch tall tire, that could level the playing field and make screw blowers more competitive on no-prep surfaces. But as of now, Ryan isn't waiting around for rule changes, he's making his move. The gray Camaro with a ProCharger is locked in, and it's go time for No Prep Kings Season 8. And what about the Fireball Camaro? Well, here's a surprise, it's going on 275 tires. That's right, Ryan is joining the trend of Street Outlaw cars switching over to 275s, and if past results are any indication, these setups can be scary fast. So what does this mean for Ryan Morton and his chase for another No Prep Kings championship? Well, it means he's playing it smart. He's focusing on one car, one setup, and one goal, winning. He's got the ProCharger dialed in, the Liberty transmission in place, and a game plan to dominate. And let's be honest, when Ryan Morton is laser focused, he's nearly unstoppable. Now, what do you guys think? Is this the right move for Ryan? Will the ProCharger setup give him the edge he needs, or will rule changes throw a curveball into the mix? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget, No Prep Kings Season 8 is just getting started, and we're in for one wild ride. When it comes to racing, every detail matters, from horsepower to aerodynamics. But let's be real, one of the first things that grabs your attention isn't the engine specs or the suspension setup, it's the paint job. And for Ryan Morton, one of the biggest names in Street Outlaws, choosing the right color for his new Camaro Pro Mod is about way more than just aesthetics. This isn't just any car. This is a statement. A legacy. A machine built to dominate. And the color scheme Ryan chooses will define how fans, competitors, and even sponsors see this beast when it rolls up to the starting line. So today, we're breaking down the options, the symbolism, and what this decision really means for Ryan Morton's future in Pro Mod racing. If you followed Ryan Morton's career, you know one thing for sure, red and black means business. His Fireball Camaro is one of the most recognizable cars in No Prep Kings history. That deep red paint, those aggressive black accents, it's a look that fans associate with winning. So why change? Sticking with the Fireball's iconic red and black scheme would be the safest bet. It keeps his brand strong, maintains sponsor recognition, and ensures that when he lines up at the starting line, everyone knows exactly who they're up against. Plus, let's be honest, there's just something about a red race car. It's bold. It's fast. It screams aggression and confidence. And Ryan Martin? He's got plenty of both. But here's the thing, Ryan Martin isn't just about playing it safe. He's a competitor, an innovator, and someone who always looks for an edge. Which is why some fans are wondering. One of the hottest color options Ryan is considering? Nardo gray with red accents. Now, if you're a car enthusiast, you already know Nardo gray is no ordinary gray. This color has become synonymous with high-performance machines, sleek, modern, and all business. It's the kind of color that makes a statement without needing to scream. And paired with red stripes or accents, that's a deadly combination. It keeps Fireball's identity alive, but with a whole new level of sophistication and intimidation. There's also a psychological factor at play. While bright colors like red, yellow, or neon green are common on the track, a matte or glossy Nardo gray car with sharp red highlights would stand out in a completely different way. It's a look that says, I don't need to be flashy, I let my performance do the talking. Switching to Nardo gray would mark a new era for Ryan Martin. It would signal that this isn't just another version of his Fireball Camaro, it's a next-level pro mod built to redefine his legacy. But wait, what if Ryan flipped the colors? Instead of gray with red accents, what if he kept that aggressive red base but swapped out the black for gray? This would be the perfect middle ground between legacy and evolution. It maintains that Fireball intensity, but with just enough of a fresh twist to make people stop and take notice. Think about it, gray accents would add a more refined, high-tech feel, giving the car an updated 2025 look while still holding onto the legacy that fans love. Plus, we can't ignore the fact that red cars win races. It's science. Okay, maybe not science, but plenty of race teams swear by it. There's something about red that commands attention, whether it's psychological, aerodynamic, or just plain superstition. So, could this hybrid approach be the best of both worlds? Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, sponsors. Race cars aren't just built to win races, they're also moving billboards for sponsors. And that means whatever color Ryan picks has to ensure sponsor logos pop under the bright lights of the track. A dark car with dark accents? Risky. It might look cool in the shop, but could make sponsor names less visible at high speeds. On the flip side, a high contrast color scheme like red on gray or gray on red would make sure those sponsor decals stand out like neon signs. And let's not forget, sponsors love consistency. They want fans to instantly recognize Ryan's car, no matter what event he's racing at. So whether he chooses to stick with red and black, go Nardo gray, or flip the colors, he'll have to keep sponsorship branding in mind every step of the way. At the end of the day, this isn't just about color, it's about legacy. Ryan Martin has built his career on pushing boundaries, taking risks, and winning races. His Fireball Camaro is legendary, and changing the color scheme of his new Pro Mod is about more than just a fresh coat of paint, it's a statement. Sticking with red and black? That's about honoring his past, keeping the brand strong, and sticking with what's worked before. Going with Nardo gray? That's about evolution, taking on a new challenge, and redefining what Ryan Martin represents in the racing world. Flipping the colors to red with gray accents? That's a fusion of both ideas, the classic Fireball aggression mixed with a modern, high-tech twist. Whatever he chooses, one thing is for certain, this car is going to turn heads the second it rolls onto the track. And when that light turns green, it's going to be a rocket. Now, it's time for you to weigh in. Should Ryan Martin stick with the legendary Fireball red and black? Should he go for the sleek and modern Nardo gray with red accents? Or should he flip the script with red and gray for a fresh new look? Drop a comment below and let's settle this debate once and for all. And hey, while you're here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of Ryan Martin's Pro Mod journey. Because trust me, when this car hits the track, it's going to be an absolute monster. Stay tuned, stay fast, and as always, keep that horsepower coming.